borrow it fairly cheap and probably come pretty close, because those can push a massive amount of boost and do a few suspension upgrades, put some drag radials or even slicks on there. It'd come pretty close. You can do some crazy stuff with speed in cheap 80s cars. I got started as a real estate agent in 2003 and then kind of built myself up from there. But I didn't buy my first rental till 2010. What's up, Polo? How are you doing? GTR goat. Oof. Why'd you post a dinosaur if it's a goat? Shouldn't you have posted a goat? Yeah, it's a Cleveland. That's what I thought. Thank you, Polo. Thank you, Zohan. Do not mess with the Zohan. Oh, it's... Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, I got you, Colt. Okay, that's my bad. You're right. It is on his username. But it's not all about speed. Like, it's experience, like someone else said. I mean, there's so many new Lamborghinis, McLarens, all that stuff. All feels the same now. Like, there's no manual transmissions. They are super fast, but they don't feel that fast because everything's automated, and it's just so different than driving one of these. It's so much more fun to drive these. I haven't even looked at a GT. What's a GTR quarter mile? 11 something? I'll wait. If people have other comments too, you're welcome to ask them, talk them. Real estate is what allowed me to do all this fun stuff, that's for sure. This is a 99 Diablo, by the way, and this is my favorite year Diablo. Like I said, all Diablos have the 5-speed gated manual. Not 6-speed, no E-gear at this point. And the 99's got the updated dash, which is so much better than earlier ones. Way better interior. Like people have mentioned before, it also got the 300ZX headlights. They're pop-up headlights before that, but they only use those for 2 years, so there's no point in re-engineering them. If you take off this piece of carbon fiber right here, it will say Nissan underneath there. The 6.0 Diablos were after this, and they had a completely different kind of body, at least in the front. And this is my favorite year Diablo. So, what's up, crane guy? I drive them all the time. So Daniel, if you go to my Mark's House of Cars, Mark, M-A-R-K, Mark's House of Cars, on TikTok or YouTube, it's pretty much all driving videos of these cars. That's pretty much all it is. So I don't post as much of them on my real estate channel, but on my House of Cars channel is me driving them all the time. Where cars nice, huh? Well, lottie freaking da. Live in a van down by the river. But yeah, here's some of the new camera stuff I got so I can mount my Insta360 on the cars. I haven't done like this selfie 360 yet, but I want to do that soon. And I've got a sweet like chest strap so I can do laundromat videos when I collect my quarters that barely pay the rent. But that's okay. Hopefully the new laundromat does a lot better. 64 Ford Galaxy. My sister used to have a... Was it a 64? It was a 4-door though. It wasn't the 2 doors. A 4-door. I think it was a 64 Ford Galaxy. That's a pretty cool car. The four doors were heavy though. I wouldn't call them fast cars, but they were definitely cool. Yep, that is a Countach. Oh, you had a four-door too? Cool. Cars were so different back then. Even, a muscle car from the 60s would get smoked by almost any car today. But they felt faster because the brakes don't work, the steering's weird, they're so loud. Like, it was just more fun to drive them, even though they weren't that fast. Like, one of the first muscle cars I ever drove was a 69 Camaro, 350, if I remember right. And it was orange with white stripes, not like good paint. It was real faded. It was real old. My dad drove with me, and he is not a car guy. He is not a car guy at all. And we drove this car, and after like 4 minutes, he's like, "You're never buying a car like this. This is the worst car I've ever driven because you couldn't stop. It was like, had tons of torque. It felt so fast even though it wasn't fast." And I loved it. He did not love it. What's in a Countach? Like, motor is a V12. 5-liter V12. Actually a 5.2. They call it the 5000 Quattro valve, but it's actually a 5.2 liter. I have a Lotus Esprit twin turbo V8. I've got a 98 Esprit V8 twin turbo in Azure Blue. I just had it here the last few weeks, but I switched it out for my Supra. It's in my office garage right now. I just did a live with it yesterday on here. But that car is also on my Mark's House of Car channel. Oh geez, I just tripped on my Countach battery tender. Not supposed to do that. The Countach, yes, it idles extremely well. It takes forever to warm these cars up because they hold 18.5 quarts of oil, both the Countach and Diablo, but they idle fine, they drive amazing. Just takes like 10 to 15 minutes for them to warm up. They're on a trickle charger right now just because I'm in Colorado, and if you look outside, there's quite a bit of snow. So I did drive the Esprit in my Supra yesterday. But if we get another big snowstorm, I don't know if it could be a week or 2 months before I can drive them again. And the Countach holds its charge pretty well. The Diablo actually burns through the battery really fast. So I put it on a trickle charger as soon as I'm done driving it. Some Esprits. My 98 Esprit V8 twin turbo is probably worth about $70,000 right now. Cash price on the Supra? You mean if you want to buy it? I don't really want to sell any of my cars, but I would sell the Supra for $140,000, which is way more than it's worth, but I'd want to buy another one, so it'd have to be worth my while. 88 red Testarossa. Those are cool too. All right. I do have to get out of here now pretty soon. It's getting kind of late. So if you guys have questions, comments, drop them now. Appreciate the follows and likes, all that stuff. Like I said, I'm really close to 50,000. So it makes me feel better if you guys follow, get closer to that. My YouTube channel for real estate is Invest for More. So almost to 100,000 subs there. That'd be cool to get there too. And then if you like cars, my new YouTube channel, new TikTok account are Mark's House of Cars, where it's all cars all the time.